I'm Patricia Ballone with a CTV News update. A local grassroots organization is alleging political corruption in Prince George's County. The Archie Elliott III Coalition for Justice is making that claim. Archie Elliott was the 24-year-old black man who was shot and killed 28 years ago by Prince George's police while he was handcuffed and seated in a police cruiser. No one was ever prosecuted. The organization is demanding that the police officers be brought to justice. The group is also demanding that State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy identify the names of police who are on the so-called Brady list, which includes the names of officers that Braveboy will not allow to testify in court cases due to disciplinary reasons the officers face. Organizers accuse Braveboy of trying to cover up for crooked cops.
Without being accountable to her voters, Ms. Braveboy refuses to identify these criminal police. She also refuses to report to the public what crimes these police officers committed. This sort of secrecy in State's Attorney Braveboy's office is corrupt politics, and it protects criminal police, not us, the citizens. Believe it or not, these criminal police on Ms. Braveboy's Brady list still receive a government paycheck, and they have never been prosecuted for their crimes.
In a statement, a spokesperson with Braveboy's office says that the state's attorney cannot release the names of the officers on the list because of current state personnel laws. As for the allegations of covering up for crooked cops, the spokesperson says, quote, "Absolutely untrue. We don't cover up for anybody." Many Americans who remain unvaccinated are often essential workers who have kept the state running while many white-collar employees work from home. Senator Jim Rosapep says those are the people who are in need to be targeted for COVID-19 vaccinations. He says most come from working-class families and that African Americans, Latinos, and Trump supporters are disproportionately unvaccinated. Rosapep says the focus needs to shift from asking residents to find clinics to bringing vaccines to the people.
They want to get vaccinated in places that are both physically convenient to them and culturally comfortable. So I'll give you a great example. A Holy Cross Hospital and a Latino church and the vaccine hunters 2 weeks ago did a vaccination event at a Latino church in Beltsville. And they got hundreds and hundreds of people. They had more than enough people wanting vaccinations because they promoted it in a culturally comfortable setting, a Latino church. And they had people who spoke Spanish and English, kind of obvious, but a lot of the vaccination efforts have not had translators or had volunteer translators. The other problem, though, which is what I addressed in this op-ed that I wrote, is we need to incentivize the providers, the drugstores, the hospitals, the doctors, and partners, meaning churches, meaning employers, meaning laundromats, meaning barbershops, by paying them. It's ridiculous that we're relying on volunteers to deal with the major public health crisis in 100 years.
The nonprofit Sergo Ventures says that 20% of those who are not vaccinated are persuadable, but may be dealing with limited transportation options or extensive job and family commitments. The state reports 84 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, and additional 4 Marylanders have died from the virus. This brings the state death toll to more than 9,400. Currently, 276 residents are in the hospital with COVID-19. And Montgomery County Council leaders are tackling various issues during a press conference this afternoon. Council President Tom Hucker and Vice President Gabe Albornoz discussed the importance of the county recognizing June as Pride Month for the LGBTQ+ community. They also criticized the governor for opting out of enhanced federal unemployment benefits. Meantime, officials say COVID numbers continue to improve. Those cases and hospitalization rates are down. According to health officials, the CDC ranked Montgomery County #1 nationwide in vaccinating children 12 years and older.
Among the counties, U.S. counties that had 3,000 residents or more, when I looked at CDC data this morning, that's about 70.8% of the population of those 12 to plus population.
COVID vaccines are now available for school kids at certain high schools. Beginning today, the Prince George's School System is hosting mobile vaccine clinics at Northwestern and Suitland high schools. Shots will be administered from 1:30 until 5:30 p.m. in the evening. Students 12 years and older must bring parental consent forms. The clinics will also run this Thursday and Friday, as well as next Monday and Tuesday. For more information, visit pgcps.org. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, we're at Duval High School to meet the Prince George's County Teacher of the Year. Stay with us.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Noah.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back. A Duval High School teacher wins special recognition after beating out more than 60 of her peers. This is Adrienne Leak. She's the 2021 Prince George's County Teacher of the Year. Leak has taught at Duval High for 8 years and the county for 12. She says she's excited about the acknowledgement, especially during such a challenging year.
I have 4 children at home, so I found myself teaching them and stepping into their classroom and really collaborating with their teachers in ways that I didn't experience before. So that has been a novel and unique experience while also servicing my students as well. I think that I've had to consider the social emotional well-being of my students during the pandemic as well. So I've been looking for opportunities to just take some time for us to sip and chat, as we like to say, and check in with each other.
Leak's department chair nominated her, and she will go on to compete statewide for the Maryland Teacher of the Year. Well, it was a frightening day for some parents and kids at Charles Carroll Middle School last week. Staff accidentally sent out a letter to the entire school stating that students had failed their grade level on Friday. Here is one of the letters an 8th grader received. About 5 minutes later, though, it was retracted. The school system says it will contact students who are in jeopardy of failing and need to attend summer school this week. As the United States grapples with ransomware attacks, a Prince George's County cybersecurity company says individuals are susceptible to cyber thieves as well. As we told you on Friday, Security Orb is an online cybersecurity website. Its founder, Dr. Kellop Charles, predicts that U.S. companies will see an increase in ransomware attacks, but also warns that hackers are targeting individuals as well. Charles recommends that you have security software installed on your computer, and he strongly suggests that you keep your computer updated. Kellop says beware of pop-ups.
And one last item, too, that has become very popular is something that is called scareware. Scareware is when you get a pop-up on your computer system and it states that you have a vulnerability on your system. Click this link, click this link immediately to rectify the situation. And they're using the psyche of the end user that wants to rectify the situation to trick them into clicking a link. But those are just among some of the more popular ways in which ransomware has been attributed to being installed on a computer server.
For more information on how you can protect your computer system, go to securityorb.com. Well, bulldozers arrived just before dawn on Thursday last week at the South Minneapolis intersection where police killed George Floyd. I was in Minneapolis over the Memorial Day weekend and shot these videos of the area only days beforehand. City workers hauled away flowers, artwork, and large cement barricades that allowed the corner site to serve as a vigil to Floyd for more than 1 year. Now, by the time hundreds of people flocked to the intersection known as George Floyd Square, the tributes were gone. The mayor and other city officials say they hope the effort will let traffic flow again, allowing businesses to prosper and cut down on violence in the neighborhood. Demonstrators claim that the unannounced action was disrespectful to Floyd's memory. And we will be back with more news in just a moment. Stay with us.
COVID-19 is a severe lung infection. Trust the American Lung Association for science-based public health information, especially for the 36 million Americans who live with lung disease. We have launched the COVID-19 Action Initiative to end COVID-19 and address future respiratory virus pandemics. Access our free lung health resources and see how you can support our initiative.
Thanks for staying with us. A truck carrying a load of hay causes a traffic jam in Bowie this morning. The incident happened at the intersection of US 301 and Excalibur Road. According to Bowie Police, their Twitter page, the truck lost its load of hay and blocked traffic. Crews were called in to clean up the scene. Police are investigating the cause of a deadly car crash in Cheltenham last night. It happened in the 9400 block of Surratt's Road about 5:40. Investigators say the vehicle left the road, hit a utility pole before catching fire. The driver died at the scene. It's not clear what caused the car to veer off the roadway. Anyone who may have witnessed the incident is asked to contact police. Detectives are investigating 3 weekend homicides. 20-year-olds Jose Lemos and Holber Velasquez of the Edmonston area were shot and killed Saturday morning in the 5300 block of Hamilton Street. Meantime, detectives are also working to find the suspects involved in another fatal shooting on Saturday. The victim is 26-year-old Elmo Sadala of Washington, D.C. He was found shot to death in a car in the 5000 block of Beach Place in Temple Hills. Anyone with information on these two cases is asked to contact authorities. Do you need engaging activities for your youngsters once school ends? Well, sign them up for the Empowerment Center's summer program. It's called the Aspire Institute, typically held in person due to the pandemic. This year's camp will be held virtually. Children between the ages of 5 to 15 years old can enjoy STEAM activities, including a lesson from an engineer.
It's really helping youth to be engaged and to prevent summer learning loss. And we have a lot of information that we want to share with the youth that they may not even get within the school year.
Youngsters can participate in 2 one-week sessions that start July 12th. For more information, visit empowerment/center.org. The City of Laurel plans to hold a modified Independence Day celebration this year. The 42nd annual celebration will kick off July 3rd and will include a parade at 11 a.m., a car show at noon on Mulberry Street, and a flag-raising ceremony. Fireworks will take place at 9:15 that evening. You can access the field to view the festivities starting at 7:30. No book bags, coolers, alcohol, or pets will be allowed on the field. This year will also not have any vendors, music, or family games. Instead, the city is asking families to plan their own barbecues. For more information, you can go to laurelfourth.org. And now let's get a quick check on your 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, mostly sunny, or mostly cloudy rather, with a low around 72. Tuesday and Wednesday, partly sunny with a chance of showers afternoon. Highs near 90, lows around 72. Thursday, mostly cloudy. Showers will also be likely. Highs near 85 and lows around 66. And now for your community calendar. The county is hosting another Stand Up and Deliver fresh food event with a few extra incentives. Participants can pick up fresh groceries while supplies last and explore job opportunities and more. Residents can also receive a COVID-19 vaccine without an appointment. Children 12 and older are welcome, but must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. The event is Friday, June 18th at the National Harbor from 12:30 until 2:30 p.m. For more information, visit princegeorgescountymd.gov. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. We close tonight with more images from the now dismantled George Floyd